Okay, here's a very quick little picture. A little quickie, which means I'm holding the foam with one hand and painting with the other. There's a quick bit of pre-wet. Now a touch of cobalt blue. There, nice and strong at the top and bringing it down. The brushes I'm using are my Aquafine brushes, and this one's a 3/4 inch brush. I use the Aquafine brushes for both acrylics and watercolours. They are watercolour brushes, but I use them for acrylics as well. I'm just washing the brush out now and suck up a little bit of paint out. Like so. Just sucking paint out. And because I'm holding the foam in one hand and painting with the other hand, it means there's no girl standing behind me telling me what I'm doing wrong. There. That's very simple. Quick sky wash. And that's just cobalt blue, and it looks a lot darker through the camera than it does on the page, on the paper, sorry. But hey ho, it'll dry lighter. The brush is, like I say, Aquafine. The paper is Langton Rough. I always use Langton Rough, good paper. No need to pre-wet it. Now I'm getting a tiny touch of alizarin crimson into my cobalt blue, and I'm just going to put a distant hill in there, like so, coming up and across, and bring that down to about there. Fairly straight line there. Now fill it in. Because I suck the clouds out at the bottom, it means it's not quite, suck the clouds out at the bottom of the sky, it means it's not quite as wet at the base of the sky, so it's not going to bleed too much when I put the hill in, as you can see. A bit of that. Now all I need to do, wash out and take a little bit of light out on the hill. There. Like so. Just with a clean damp brush, that. 3/4 inch wash brush. A very handy brush to have. Like I say, the brushes are Aquafine. The paint, the watercolour paints that I'm using are always also Aquafine. All Dale Around stuff that I'm using. There. Now I'm going to change to my number 8 round. Again, Aquafine, as you can see. Number 8 round. And I've got a little bit of Hooker's green and a lot of yellow ochre mixed into it. A lot of yellow ochre there. If you want to see my palette, there it is. More yellow ochre into there and more water there. Now, again, while that's still damp, just tap on there. Like so. And bring that across towards the other side. Very simple. You notice I didn't do any drawing on this either. I'm just making this up as I'm going along. Making it up as I'm going along, which means artistic impression. There. That'll do that. Now a little bit of blue, cobalt blue again. You see how much lighter that sky is drying now. A little bit of cobalt blue there. We just drop some of that in here and there. mainly at the bottom. And coming up there. There. And just let that settle and dry a little bit. Wash out again, mop up there. Just sucking paint up and taking it across now, look, out to the other side. Now, I'm just going to let that lot dry for a second. In the meantime, back to my 3/4 inch brush. Look at the state of that Aquafine 3/4 inch brush. Now, a little bit of Chalcedon sand. I'll show my palette again. There's the sand, look. There. And a touch of yellow ochre into the sand. There. Plenty of water into that. The sand is such a useful colour. Good for lots of things. And I'm going to have that coming in there. And bring that round. Like so. A bit more there and down. And bring that forward. And take it across there. That's good. Let that dry for a second or two now. In the meantime, I can go to the sea. And the sea, cobalt blue, a tiny, tiny touch of Hooker's green into the cobalt blue. As you know, those that have seen lots of my videos, never use Hooker's green by itself, not for anything natural anyway. But as a mixer, it's fabulous. There, Hooker's green, cobalt blue, and all I need to do is fill that bit in there. Want it a little bit stronger than that, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Coming across, I'm leaving a tiny little white bit in between base of the trees and where this water starts. You come further forward, and there's plenty of white in the foreground. Very simple. Now wash out, squeeze out, and just with a clean damp brush again, bring that in to the beach bit there. Easy peasy. There. And up onto the sand there, look. So I'm kind of like merging the colours slowly. Now, back to Hooker's green and yellow ochre. This time a little bit stronger, a little bit less water into it. But Hooker's green and yellow ochre. I'm just going to pop a bit of that in there. Like so. Now a few flicky bits, that's a technical term. All with the 3/4 inch brush. Look. A few bits there. Now a tiny touch of cobalt blue again. Plenty of water into that. I'm just going to pop that down there. And again, a few flicky bits here. Just slightly darker in the foreground, really. And flicking up. Now, for once, I'm going to use my rigger brush. Again, a very messed up little brush. Touch of raw umber into the cobalt blue. There you go. raw umber into the cobalt blue. What I'm doing, I'll have this coming up there, coming all the way up there, look. A bit broader, just pressing the brush on more. Now split it, and a few wiggly bits. Wiggly bits, that's another technical term for you. Just dragging up. Rigger brushes are really useful little brushes. Good for twigs, obviously. A bit more here. But don't go mad with twigs, because when you're doing something like this, because obviously it's going to be in full foliage. Now, I want to put that in full foliage, so because it's big and close up like that, you would think I'm going to go to my smallest brush and paint millions of twigs. None of it. Hooker's green, burnt sienna, here, Hooker's green, burnt sienna, and a touch of cobalt blue, make it nice and dark. And all I'm going to do is use the side of my flat brush and tap on. Like so. Just dabbing. A few bits down here. Now, a few flicky bits at the base with that same mix-up. And by the way, when you see this, there's no editing going on whatsoever. It's just going straight onto YouTube. Yeah, that's alright. Now, a little bit of blue, cobalt blue again. Don't change your blues throughout the picture. Not for anything natural anyway. A few darker bits here. Now I want to get a little bit of light within the twiggy bits. So back of my fingernail, put it on, drag up. See? Very, very easy. I shall go back to making proper videos for the next one, but this, I just had a little bit of time to spare, so I thought I'll do one. Now finally, just finish that off with a bit of shadow. A weird colour mix, this one. Cobalt blue again, with a touch of burnt sienna and a touch of alizarin crimson there, look. So I've made a really naff purple. There. Now, I'm going to touch the tree with that. Touch the tree and then drag it down and across. There. Take it a bit further. Everything I'm using, by the way, is on my website, charlesadamsart.com. So if you want stuff, that's where to find it. A bit of shadow over there as well. Just a little bit on there. And there we go. I'll take the tape off now. When you take the tape off, always tear the tape away from the painting. That way, if it starts to take the surface off the paper, This is not going to take any painting with it. The bottom bit, tear it downwards like so. The top bit, tear it upwards away from the painting. There we go. A very quick little picture. Hope you enjoyed that.